Well, slap my behind and call me Betsy.
Not sure what I was expecting to find, but it wasn't this.
It has been completely ransacked.
Still, there's gotta be some indication of where Clark took his money. Let's take a look around. But watch yourselves. No telling what any of these doohickeys might be capable of.
I can't make heads nor tails of this chicken scratch. A wooden mannequin in a cage? I have so many questions.
You sure you want them answered?
I can't see through. The window is too grimy.
You keep that, Harley. I was never one for carrying flags.
At least Dr. Clark practiced fire safety. I can't really see through the porthole, but it looks dense in there. No handle. Must be some other way to open it. There's about 2 inches of dust. Empty. Not really surprising. What in the ether is this thing?
I wouldn't get too close.
What in the...
I wouldn't get too close.
Some kind of console. Seems to connect to a few things. One of the dials is missing. Just my luck. It won't turn any further that way. It won't turn any further that way. It won't turn any... TT-180. Must be this contraption's model number. Looks like some type of cannon, and it's pointing right at the cage.
This Clark fellow was into some strange things, wasn't he?
I'm starting to understand why he chose to do his work out in the middle of nowhere.
This may have held something interesting once, but now it's just lodging for spiders. This must be where Clark parked his rear during his experiments. No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs more. I get the impression this is what powers everything in here.
We just need to get it running again somehow.
This is where all the cables wind up. I can't begin to fathom what these contraptions are for.
Nothing of use to us.
Anything interesting in there?
Not really. Probably why they were left behind.
Way too high for me.
Want me to give you a boost?
Nah, I still couldn't reach. I'll think of something else.
February 12th, 18... Upon hearing news of the reactionary and... When they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's crow... After enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out... One day when rationality again prevails in the... With warm regards, Dr. Roderick Nethersole. P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your...
Guess we won't get to see what's up on the roof.
Just as well. I prefer to keep my feet on the ground.
Hey, Phil? Let's talk.
What about?
Can you think of any way to get that box down?
I'm afraid reaching high things has never been my forte.
Clark's lab is really quite something, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, something unnatural, something perverse. What possessed him to undertake this research is beyond me.
Right. Carry on. Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Might I borrow that arrowhead for a spell?
By all means. Maybe it'll bring you some luck, too.
This place sure is something, isn't it?
I admit, I never gave much credence to all that ethericity business, but seeing all them contraptions and appurtenances, let's just say it's given me a new appreciation for Clark's tenacity.
Any clever ideas to get to that confounded box?
Not too many, I'm afraid. Although perhaps that chair could be of use.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. Maybe this will help. Then again, maybe not. I can't begin to fathom what these contraptions are for.
Nothing of use to us.
I hope this isn't considered treason. Let's see if this works. That did it. That muck's too solidified to wipe off. I could try scraping it, but I don't want to risk cutting the wire. There's got to be another way. Looks like something chewed through it. That should do it. No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs more. No wonder the power's not getting through. This wire's all corroded. I can't see through. The window is too grimy. No handle. Must be some other way to open it.
Dios mío, what is this abomination?
Howdy, folks. Interested in learning about Coltit's miracle elixir?
Of course we are, little lady.
Then step on over here.
Some of these bottles are starting to collect dust.
Boy, oh boy, I sure wish I was you.
Beg pardon?
Why, today's your lucky day.
Is that right?
Yes, sirree. You're just in time to experience the travesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir.
The what now?
Oh, dang. I mean, the majesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir. My name is Olivia Coltit, and I'm here to answer all your questions about this evolutionary new medication.
Say, do you know anything about that lab over there?
No, but I did hear a big boom coming from that way. Was that your doing?
No.
Oh, come on, you could tell me. I'm no tattler.
I said no. Now stop asking.
Fine, jeez.
Look, kid, we're not born yesterday, townies. You can spare us the song and dance.
Oh, leave her be. I think she's charming.
Thanks, mister. My daddy says that to get anywhere in this business,
I think you mean essential?
I know what I mean.
You wouldn't happen to be related to a kid in Rosewater named Jem, would you?
No, ma'am. Far as I know, I'm a lonely child.
Fine, I'll bite. Tell me about this miracle elixir.
Glad you asked. From the maker of the widely popular Coltit's emulsified soporific comes Coltit's miracle elixir, the finest, most elective tonic in Vespuccia. Guaranteed to treat and cure all illnesses from arthritis to yellow fever. And for a special limited time, we're selling it for the treasonable price of just 5 crowns.
5 crowns seems a bit pricey. How about I give you 2 instead?
Sorry, ma'am. Daddy told me not to hackle.
Oh, I'm sure we can agree that rules were made to be broken, young lady. Would you consider 3 crowns? We'll tell everybody we meet to come see you. Then you can charge them a reasonable 6.
Well, okay, deal.
Why are you parked in the middle of the desert when there's a town full of potential customers not 2 miles from here?
Oh, I'm just minding the wagon while my daddy's doing his business at the fort. But he told me to stand out here and detract anybody who might come by.
And has anyone else come by?
Oh, sure. Tons of folk. Only one who didn't stop was a feller on horseback. Too bad, 'cause the guy he was hauling looked like he could have used some elixir.
I think I've heard enough for now. We'll just be going.
It was a real pressure.
Special offer. Limited time only. 1 bottle for 5 crowns. Professor Xander Coltit III. Good medicine for good people. My guess is the primary ailment these folks cure is swollen purses. Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Enough jabber. Let's push on. Professor Xander Coltit III's Miracle Elixir. Guaranteed to cure what ails you. I'm sure that's the case if what ails you is sobriety. Whew! That'll put hairs on your chest. I'd prefer to keep the cloth dry. Let's put some of this elixir to good use. Fantastic.
Looks like Phil managed to get the door open.
I wonder if they found anything inside.
I'd say so, yes.
We are up and running.
Impressive.
This technology is amazing. What did this Clark fellow intend to do with such power?
I'm beginning to wonder about that myself.
Nice job getting the lights back on.
Get everything squared with the Otham?
I think so.
They're adequately supplied. They should be well off for some time.
Well, I suppose we should see about...
Hello? Is someone in here?
Damn. Looks like we've attracted some attention.
I come in peace. Please, make yourself known.
Guess we don't have much choice.
Hail! Goodness, I wasn't expecting so many of you.
And we weren't expecting anybody at all.
And just who might you be?
I am Paul Burkhart, emissary of the Luminarians.
The what now?
We are disciples of Dr. Clark, protectors of his artifacts and legacy.
No kidding. So you must know all about him then.
Quite so.
Does that include knowing where all his things have gone?
If you seek enlightenment, we will be glad to share our wisdom with you. But let us all return to the commune. We must not further defile the sanctity of this place. Come, I am eager to learn about you all. Welcome to Chrysalis, friends. Feel free to explore, converse with the residents. You'll find we have much to offer. We'll speak again soon.
What an accommodating fella.
This is all very strange. You might be into this porqueria, but I want no part of it. I am going back to the lab.
Suit yourself. All right, let's see what we can learn about where Clark's stash might be. But let's not overplay our hand, shall we? If anybody asks, our interest is purely academic.
I'm really not a good liar, Mr. Ackerman.
Shoot, nobody's asking you to lie, Sugar. Just withhold certain details. We're interested in learning about Clark. That's all there is to it. Come on, Danny. Let's see where our friend's gone off to.
I know lying doesn't come natural to some. For others, it's like breathing. Don't take this amiss, but if you'd like some pointers, sometimes it's good to be able to keep certain things to yourself you don't want everybody and his uncle to know.
Oh. All right.
Make sure you don't break eye contact. Shifty eyes are a telltale sign of dishonest intent.
You seem to have a lot of experience in these matters.
Look, everybody lies. That's just the way it is.
I don't.
Really? Not even the tiniest little fib?
Dishonesty is disrespect. For others, for God, for oneself.
That's, quite the aphorism.
Your advice is appreciated. I'll just see what I can find out on my own.
If the smell's anything to go by, that crate's full of fertilizer. Not very intimidating. No wonder the crops are bare. Kitchen to the left, rostrum to the right. Certainly colorful. They have an automated irrigation system. Pretty ingenious. This isn't much use with a wheel missing. Handle still looks good, at least. Hi, that's quite imaginative. Excuse me?
Ah, hello. You must be one of Miss Redbird's companions.
That's right. Harley Legere.
My name's Evan. Evan Holbrook. Welcome to Chrysalis.
Evan was just showing me the cookhouse. You know they grow or raise everything they eat here themselves?
Well, mostly. Sometimes we need to resupply from town, but we aim to be fully self-reliant. Our dedication will be rewarded with bounty.
Did you ever meet Dr. Clark?
Alas, no. I hadn't really heard of him before the expo. I was looking at the wax anatomical models in the medical marvels exhibit. But my wife said they turned her stomach, so she went to see the etheric pavilion instead. I don't think she really knew who Bennett Clark was either. It was just something to pass the time. If only either of us knew what a significant thing was about to happen.
Clark's demonstration?
Indeed. The miracle that drew aside the veil and took my wife and the other 14 blessed souls up into the etheric realm. I only regret that I wasn't there, so I could have gone along with her.
Exactly what was Dr. Clark researching?
Ethericity, of course.
Of course, but what about it? Energy sources? Industrial applications? What?
Miss Legere, I couldn't begin to tell you. Whatever reasons he may have given the public, the bankers, the professors, and what have you, his true purpose was to open the way for humanity to pass into the etheric realm. And it wasn't easy. He spent 2 years in that laboratory before transcending. Soon the day will come when we all can follow him.
So, are you the biscuit roller for this community, or what?
Not quite. Everyone in Chrysalis does their part. It's my day on the rota to fix breakfast.
Do you have a doctor?
We have a few skilled in healing, yes. I do wish we had more knowledge of agriculture. Our crops haven't been thriving like we hoped.
You said your crops weren't doing well. Why not?
Getting the irrigation in this year saved some of the crop, but we're facing lean times. We simply must find a way to grow enough to feed everyone.
What's your story, Evan? How did you join up with these folks?
Well, like many of the others here, I was living in New Britannia. My wife was there at the etheric demonstration at the expo. I thought I'd lost her forever, but emissary Paul found me and explained how she hadn't perished, merely transcended. At first, I didn't believe him. I wanted to throttle him, actually.
I can understand that reaction.
But I realized that in my grief, I had become blinded.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Don't be. One day I'll transcend too, and we'll be reunited in the ether.
It was good talking to you. I'll leave you both to it.
Goodbye for now.
See you later, Harley.
Well, well, if it isn't my old friend.
The Defiler returns.
Hey now, don't get your britches in a twist.
You're a guest of Emissary Paul, so I'm obliged to welcome you. But if you continue casting your shadows of discord over all that is bright here, there will be consequences.
Did you ever have a chance to meet Dr. Clark?
No, nor did I desire to.
No?
Ethericity is not a power to be trifled with. I've no interest in meeting someone who treats it as a plaything.
Do you know any details about Dr. Clark's research?
He was toying with fire, pure and simple. He may have been inspired and driven to his work by the Luminous Ones, but he was only their tool. He did not acknowledge their undeniable glory or show them the proper respect. He took a battering ram to the door of heaven. When they tired of the noise, they whisked him away inside the gates, while the rest of us still wait outside.
So what you're saying is, you don't actually know.
I've underestimated you. I didn't think there could be someone more arrogant than Dr. Clark.
Where did Dr. Clark end up?
Not where he should have.
So what brought you to Chrysalis?
My personal business is none of yours.
Touchy. Now just where do you get off saying I'm casting shadows of discord or whatever?
I caught you trespassing outside the laboratory. Then your friend blasted the door off.
It was all in the name of research. I'm just as interested in all this as you.
You've a peculiar way of showing it.
What's so special about this place that they've got you standing guard?
This building houses our collection of artifacts salvaged from Dr. Clark's laboratory.
Oh, so you're the ones who looted the place.
We did not loot it. We saved important items from obscurity and decay.
Think I might take a quick peek?
Absolutely not. Outsiders are forbidden.
What if I brought you a new artifact for your collection?
Then I would be very surprised. We've already retrieved everything of value from the laboratory.
Even from that locked room?
That room is inaccessible. Do not even consider attempting to breach it.
So how does one go about joining your little club?
You think if you joined us that I would just suddenly allow you to enter?
Sure, you said only outsiders were forbidden.
Nice try, but not on my watch.
I'll leave you to your guarding. Try not to die of boredom. Nadine, could we have a word?
Of course.
Any ideas as to how to get that fellow over there away from his post?
And maintain eye contact?
Afraid this situation's a bit more complicated than that. Still good advice, though. I'll leave you to your conversation.
My friends, today we give thanks for our manifold blessings. On this day of celebration, the Evocator's Day of Transcendence. And why do we celebrate today, on the 8-month anniversary? Because 1 is nothing special. 1 is an isolating, selfish, lowly number. But 8 is perfection. 8 is infinity. On this day in March of this year, exactly 8 months ago, the luminous ones called Evocator Bennett up to join them in the luminiferous ether. In so doing, they showed us the path of light, where soon we all shall follow. Now our soul sibling Bennett dwells among them in the etheric realm beyond this earth, in a transcendent union of cosmic harmony and peace.
Hey, Danny?
What's going on?
I was wondering if you might help me out with something.
What?
There's a toolbox inside Clark's lab that's out of reach, and I've had no luck getting it down. Think you might put your pistols to the task?
I could do that. Yeah. You want to go right now?
Yes, let's head over now.
Sure thing. Just lead the way.
Ah, Phil. There you are.
Had enough of those luminous lunatics too, did you?
Not entirely. Danny's come to help get that box down. That's it, up there.
Right. You might want to stand over on this side, Phil.
Nice shot.
Thanks, Harley. Happy to help. So, what's inside that box that's so important anyway?
Guess we all get to find out together. There's more than one way to get a box open.
Well, anything good inside?
Not really. Just a wrench and this odd dial thing.
I hope it was worth the trouble, then.
That was good practice, at least. I'm heading back to Chrysalis. See you both later.
Some kind of console. Seems to connect to a few things. It won't turn any further that way. Phil, you might want to... Move. Are you all right?
I think so. The cage seems to have absorbed all that energy. Just warn me before you try that again.
So, this console operates equipment by setting the dials in a 4-digit sequence.
And it looks like it's connected to the door as well.
Which means I need to figure out the correct sequence to get it open. I can't really see through the porthole, but it looks dense in there.
I will stay in here.
Whatever turning on that generator did, I hope it's not permanent. All right, then. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Ah, Harley. Miss Larkin here was just telling me about this fascinating place.
Hello and welcome. It's so nice to have visitors.
Did you ever meet Dr. Clark?
I did. Once. Such a brilliant mind. We didn't speak long, but I felt as though we'd conversed for hours.
Do you have an idea of where Dr. Clark might be currently?
Of course. He's with the luminous ones.
Pardon?
The beings on the other side of the veil. The ones who dwell in the ether.
You're saying Clark is dead?
Not dead. Transcended. Eternal. You still have much to learn. It's good you're with us now. Everything will become clear soon. Trust me.
What exactly was Dr. Clark's etheric research about?
Truth.
Lovely sentiment, but could you be a bit more specific?
He sought to connect us with the world above, to unite us with the luminous ones. He succeeded in not only opening the door, but stepping through and crossing the veil. He showed that the way is possible. Now we all must learn to follow.
What is it you do around here?
Plenty. I help in the fields and in the kitchen, but my particular gift is keeping Chrysalis beautiful and its people inspired. All the murals and paintings you see around the commune are my work.
And a fine job you've done.
Why, thank you.
Must have kept you busy for a while.
Quite. There's still so much I'm looking forward to doing.
I've noticed you all sure are fond of butterflies.
What better creature to symbolize transcendence? Like butterflies, we too will undergo a metamorphosis, pass through the veil into the ether, and join the luminous ones. Not only that, their wings have 8 sections, and they flap in a figure 8 pattern.
Does that mean something?
Evocator Bennett's sacred number, of course.
Sacred number? What does that mean?
The number 8 is very important. It appears constantly in the evocator's writings, and Bennett himself was born on the 8th of August, 1788.
That's quite a coincidence.
Coincidence is mere illusion.
What's the meaning behind those shadow paintings?
We commemorate those who have transcended, and those who will.
Hence the butterflies?
Very astute. Yes, the butterfly represents the immortal soul, the essence of a person in their fullest flourishing. The butterfly is pure potential, contained within those who have not yet transcended. Once someone has passed into the ether, it is released and flies free.
Why, that's mighty poetical.
I can see that you have quite a bold, brilliant butterfly stirring within you.
You don't say. You see that, do you?
If you permit me, it would be my honor to paint it. Only if you're willing, of course. Everyone's journey to transcendent readiness is unique.
Perhaps you could tell me more about it once Harley's done talking.
With pleasure.
How did you end up here in Chrysalis?
Ethericity always fascinated me. I joined up with the Luminarians when they were passing through Rampton on their way west. We founded Chrysalis here, close to the Evocator's laboratory, and where the veil is parted.
The veil?
The boundary between our world and the ether, the realm of the cosmos, home of the luminous ones. The barrier is very thin here. Can't you feel it?
There's definitely something in the air. All right. Thanks for the chat.
Be well.
Don't wander too far now.
A reliable water supply is everything out here. Something about that makes my skin crawl. The butterfly makes this one less creepy, but not by much. Hey, Danny?
What's going on?
If you had to pick a 4-digit number sequence that was easy to remember, what would you pick?
Suppose it'd be something important? A date, maybe? Or a memorable year? Never really thought about it.
So, what's our friend on stage been jabbering about?
What hasn't he? This guy makes Jake seem like a silent monk by comparison. Anyway, it's mostly been about Clark, his etheric research in New Britannia, how he built his lab out here after the Expo disaster. Excuse me, miracle, that sort of thing. He says Clark transcended. I'm not sure what that means.
I get the impression it means he's dead.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
I'll leave you to the lecture. No handles. Must only open from the inside. Hey, guard!
What is it?
Did Captain Stokes come back here? We lost sight of him after the attack.
He's here. Don't think he's up to receiving anyone, though.
I found the flag Stokes was carrying out on patrol. Thought he might like it back.
It's very noble of you, miss. I'll make sure he gets it.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
It won't turn any further that way. It won't turn any further that way. No good. I guess those dials aren't set up correctly. fantastic.
Nicely done.
Well, nothing horrible came out, shall we?
After you? Santo cielo!
What in the ether happened in here?
I do not know, but I am not going in any further.
I've never seen anything like that before. Have you?
Nope, and I never want to see anything like it again.
These mannequins are disturbingly lifelike. This one's posed like it's reaching for something.
Clark's research involved playing with life-size dolls? Que locura!
These squashes look healthy. How can they grow without any soil?
Easy. Devilry.
Some huge green bean pods. This one's missing its head. I wonder how that happened.
I can die happy never finding out.
This might be of interest to our friends in Chrysalis. This pumpkin is thriving, despite being sealed in here with no water or sunlight.
There is something very unnatural about all this.
Ripe and juicy tomatoes. Completely overgrown.
Probably for the best.
Completely overgrown.
Probably for the best.
This is easily one of the strangest things I've ever had in my possession. Hey, Phil, let's talk.
What about?
Right, carry on.
I will stay in here.
Have a look at this.
What? Where did this come from?
Clark's lab, his test room to be precise.
You were able to get inside?
Sure was. It was full of plants and all kinds of weird equipment. The ethericity seems to have boosted the growth of the seeds somehow. It's like a jungle in there.
I cannot condone your reckless disregard for the sanctity of the laboratory, but I also cannot deny the importance of this discovery. I must alert Emissary Paul immediately.
I'd better be quick. No telling when that chump might come back. Doesn't seem to be working. Nothing's hidden behind it. Prometheus bringing fire. Reminds me of an overgrown boiler. Doesn't seem to be working. Let's see, books on science, engineering, astronomy. I'm sure this is all fascinating, but it's not going to help me any. Bottles of different colors. Nothing helpful. Bottles of different colors. Just another one of Clark's weird toys. More scrawled nonsense. Why would they keep this? Full of all kinds of liquids. I'd rather not know what they are. It somewhat resembles a telegraph, but what is this box for? The New Britannia Gazette. The lead article is about the upcoming Lamplight City Expo. Interesting how the follow-up is nowhere to be found. Didn't do anything. Probably for the best. Damn, that's got a kick to it. Nothing but empty vials and flasks. Lots of extra glassware. Nothing I need. Even more books in here. Some novels, poetry books. Nice to know Clark had other interests, but none of this helps.
I should have known. Get out of here this instant, degenerate! Don't you dare try any more trickery, or Emissary Paul will hear of it.
Damn. So much for that. Best not to Could we have a word in private, Jake?
Sure. What's on your mind?
I think I've found a promising lead. There's a shack on the other side of the commune full of things salvaged from Clark's lab. I managed to sneak inside, but that first luminarian we met caught me before I had a chance to find anything useful. Any suggestions for how I might get back inside?
That feller's been a real thorn in our sides, ain't he? I believe the time for talking may be over. We'll need a more elaborate distraction. I'll get to thinking of one once Miss Larkin's done with me. She offered to paint my shadow, you see.
And how long will that take?
Shouldn't be more than a couple hours.
So, what have you picked up from these fine folks?
This ethericity stuff is much more complex than I thought. Seems our friend Dr. Clark may have been on to something after all.
I'll just leave you to it then. Hey, Phil.
What up?
A bunch of Clark's things are collected at the commune. I managed to sneak in, but I got caught. Got any ideas how I can get back in?
It just so happens I do. I have had a look around, and this machinery is quite unstable. With a few more items, I could finish what we started with the door and send this whole place up in smoke. That would give you time to search, no?
It would, but it seems a touch extreme. What would you need exactly?
Well, mainly fertilizer and flammable liquid for accelerant. I can construct a detonator out of scrap I found, but I will need something to serve as the plunger to set it off.
Well, I'll consider it. Right, carry on. Will this work as a plunger?
Why, yes, I think so. Thank you.
Here, can you use this as an accelerant?
Definitely. Alcohol this potent will be very effective.
Here's some fertilizer for you.
Ah, excellent. Thank you. Perfecto. This is everything I need. Meet me outside in a quarter of an hour. And prepare for a show that will make Jake envious. All right, everything is prepared. Take one last look. When you are ready, just say the word.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Good. 3, 2, 1. Carajo! That was beautiful! Now, I suggest you get back to the commune and find whatever it is you were looking for. I will meet you and the others by the railroad tracks when you are done.
All right, let's try this again. Nice to know Clark had other interests, but none of this helps. No effect that I can see. Nice to know Clark had other interests, but none of this helps. Lots more books, mostly about technical subjects. And what's this? Looks like a diary. The final entry is bookmarked with a letter. Definitely worth a read. But first...
February 9th, 1850.
That's only 9 months ago.
Clark, I have a business proposal. Relinquish that dusty laboratory in the middle of nowhere. Come to El Presidio. You may stay in my suite at the Jolly Good Club. My Orem Star membership and military rank afford me certain privileges. You will be furnished with the comforts owing to a man of your intellect and accomplishments.
It's signed L.
P.S. You needn't have any concern for your valuables, as there is ample secure storage in the room. One of the aforementioned perks.
Interesting. Jake will want to see this.
I heard a big boom, and then they all went running toward the lab.
That's where Phil went. Do you think...
Hey, there's Holly.
Do you have any idea what all this ruckus is about? Or where Phil's gone?
Both, and I'll gladly tell you, but we need to get out of here right now.
Right behind you, my dear.
I'm glad to see you all made it out of there in one piece.
Likewise.
Would you two care to explain what that was all about?
Phil devised a perfect distraction, blowing up Clark's lab so I could search the shrine uninterrupted.
You should have seen it. Some of my finest work.
I have to admit, that was resourceful of you. Although we probably shot whatever goodwill we had with the Luminarians.
I should say, was that really necessary?
We had no other choice.
If you ask me, we did the world a favor by raising that chamber of horrors.
I assume you didn't come up empty-handed.
I found Clark's journal. Have a look at this letter that was inside.
An invitation to the Jolly Good Club in El Presidio?
Yep. Check the date.
9 months ago. Huh.
That's right about the time he disappeared, isn't it?
It is indeed. I'd say it's obvious that the good doctor accepted the invitation.
And took his money with him?
Well, it wasn't in Chrysalis or his lab. And listen to this. You needn't have any concern for your valuables, as there is ample secure storage in the room. Don't get much clearer than that.
Suppose we should start packing if El Presidio is our next destination.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First and foremost, we need some transportation.
You haven't got any? Don't you tour around?
Sure, but our show wagon ain't gonna fit all of us.
Plus, we'll need it to store all the show's props and equipment while we're gone. There's that lady in town with the wagon, though. Heard her talking at the saloon once. Said she hires it out to travelers.
Sounds promising. Who is she?
Her name's Lola Johnson. I think she stays in the old blacksmith shop.
Lola Johnson, huh?
You know her?
Not personally, but I've heard of her.
We should head back to Rosewater, no?
Yeah, let's get a move on. Right. Harley, I'm putting you in charge of hiring us some transportation. Danny and I are going back to the theater to settle some business. Come get us once you've arranged a ride.
And just how am I meant to arrange it, financially speaking?
Well, now that may get a mite tricky. Our contract was to pay out at the end of the show's run, but seeing as we'll be breaking that contract, I'm sad to say we'll be forfeiting those proceeds. Anybody else got funds to contribute to the kitty?
Not unless this Johnson woman accepts pesos. And I've few enough of those at that.
I'm afraid I haven't got anything either.
Harley, my dear, I'm afraid we must then prevail upon you to furnish the petty cash needed to get our expedition aloft. Seeing as you're the only other one of our posse who's currently in the position of being gainfully employed. And it goes without saying, but you'll be fully reimbursed once we find what we're looking for. On top of your share. With interest.
I certainly hope so.
Wonderful. Well then, we'll be seeing you later.
What about you two?
I think I'll pay Dr. Sedgwick a visit. It's been ages.
And I owe him proper thanks for his care.
See you in a bit, Harley.